challenger appears.
Of course, people. Okay, I'm back. See how loud it sounds. Okay, that's actually better. I can hear it from here now. Anyway, now, as you can see, for example, right there, you guys, what I was talking about earlier. Dead or Alive may say that there is a curve to adapting to things in video games in general. Actually, video games in general. When people who say that you can adapt to certain things, I believe that's a lie. The reason why I say this is a lie is because you can only adapt to so much. And I was thinking over this, you guys. I'm probably going to start making videos on this while streaming and all that. I get that most people are probably like, you just have to adapt, but there's only so much you can adapt to. Like that trash Lisa player. She kept spamming, but for some reason, when I was doing this, it for some reason wouldn't come through. I don't know if it was a kick, a hit, because if you do a kick, you parry forward. If you do a hit, like a hit to the torso area or abdomen, you actually get the hit type of fist type of thing, you know what I mean? Like, okay, let me do an example. But see, no one doesn't want to come on now, because of course. See, like that. But for some reason when I do it, it doesn't work with that Lisa play. See, the concept of adapting, remember, fighting games especially are the prime example. You can only know so much in a fighting game that you can't see the opponent's moves now. If you're saying you can see the opponent's moves, you're insane, and that's impossible, and you're not human. I mean, you have to understand, dealing with these types of people are pretty freaking annoying. Like, sometimes you just gotta be like, I'm not accepting your loss. I'm not accepting it at all. A lot of people would say probably that I'm an LTG fan and blah blah blah. Bro, I've been like this for a cool minute. Honestly, it's just anyone who is on Scrub Post, for example, anyone who has an opinion, right, is known as someone who's just being salty. But I believe some of these people who are on Scrub Post are actually accurate, because I played against them, okay? I'm not someone who's saying it because I saw someone type it. I'm saying it because he's right. And it's just like, denying it, guys, doesn't make any sense. Anyone denying the fact that certain characters actually cannot be beaten is the same exact person who uses those unbeatable characters. Now, the word adapting has been loosely used by many of us gamers to, like, I guess, to parry, counter other toxic gamers, as they call it, toxic gamers. But the reason why these nice guy gamers, as I like to also call them, the people who always try to defend certain characters that are actually trash, or actually made for meta characters. You see what I mean? Now, I get most of y'all think that there's always a way to adapt, but at certain times, you can't adapt from everything. you can only adapt to small amount of things in life. And those small amount of things in life are pretty bad. Meaning, I can say you have a 25% chance against that character. But again, we're all human. So, to explain what's going on here, the concept of adapt needs to be used correctly in the correct format. Adapting can be only used when you're almost knowing the opponent's movements actually. But since I'm human, I know nothing about the opponent's moves. I only know that I can get lucky or get a clutch win. People saying that you can adapt to things, don't listen to them. If you think that player's a scrub and is trash, say it, please. Like, even when people call me trash, you guys, I realize it's their opinion. I mean, I'm allowed to give them a rebuttal back, but we shouldn't be sitting here scared to say someone's trash. Because of this scrub quotes count, excuse me, this scrub quotes account, that's so weird how I meta. Okay. But like I said before, if you feel like a player is trash, don't hesitate to call them trash. You know what I'm saying? It's just people are being enforced to like respect other players that actually are trash. Say if someone got 2 rounds off of a game and somehow they consider themselves the better player because God knows what. Yeah, anyway, if they consider themselves a better player because they won, they're actually lying. And you should not fear them. Why I'm saying this is because people should be actually called out for their behavior. And actually, if you think about that, that's more toxic than the people calling you trash. I mean, that's more toxic than the people calling you trash, though. Like, you know what I mean? Alright. This Honoka though. Sorry, but I'm not nice towards anyone. As I said before, it's actually low-key toxic. Say like, the people in this scrub quote account would purposely like say, oh shoot, well, I already got my one back. People in the scrub quotes Twitter account, you know what, I might as well just say it. This is like a full hive of nice guy gamers talking smack about, you know, like these people who barely mess with the game or whatever, or probably are really upset. So these people who are calling out the behavior of a certain type of person, say for example, the person who is playing a meta character. On top of that, let's get that straight. Let me get to the point of that. That's where I'm getting at. The person is playing a meta character. A character that everyone picks online because he, she, or it, whatever the character may be, has multiple wins, is constantly on casuals. Now, this is something mainly fighting games do. Most people nowadays are pretty brain dead, so games have kind of dumbed themselves down. I mean, I sort of like it, but in a way, it's sort of a bad approach. You see what I mean? Because now people get these terminal illnesses in their head that they're the better player because they won the game? Huh? How does that make you the better player because you won the game? Did you guys know there's a thing called clutch wins? Oh, we forgot all about that. We forgot all about that. I mean, I'm not surprised if my video ever ends up on scrub quotes. But I feel like it's time to talk about it because I'm getting tired of seeing that account. It's not popular or anything like that. There's only 75.0 followers. I mean, I guess you could say that's a lot, but still. Many people usually get frustrated on there. I'm more likely there for like the small streamers who rage quit than anything, or call someone trash. But me, the only reason why I would call someone trash is because I actually beat you in 2 rounds. And if I start catching up with you in 2 rounds, that's how I know you're trash. But like I've always been told, is to ignore certain situations. So I don't try to go into it with people anymore. I just let it go. Let this person really think that he's hot shit. And yeah. Oh shoot, my Discord started popping off. I'm sorry. And it's just like online. Like, for example, Dead or Alive online is probably the worst from what I've heard from friends, and they're not wrong. It's the worst, but since I've had so much experience, ladies and gentlemen, I have no choice but to continuously play this game because sadly, like Street Fighter V, for example, I don't have an addiction with that game. I just started it, by the way. Like low tier God's addiction with Street Fighter. He hates it, but sadly he can't get away from it because of the experience that he's earned. This is how Dead or Alive 6 pisses me off. I had to stay here because I've earned a lot of experience now. And there's no point in going back. So you have to understand, man. Some of this shit is really ridiculous, whether you like it or not. But regardless, Dead or Alive for me is like my home spot of fighting games. Yeah, you guys are probably saying it's really easy though. It is easy to learn, but hard to master. Because you know what? When you have this, oh shoot, hold on. This, yeah. And by the way, there's so much you have to work on in this game in order to beat people. But you know what? Here's the thing. I'm playing Honoka. Correct me if I'm wrong. Honoka is her name? Okay. Yeah, Honoka. I'm playing her. So, from what I know and from experience, Honoka is actually a low tier character. She literally has to take a lot of work to do. Everyone who uses a brain dead character is usually like people who use Kasumi, especially Alpha.
A new challenger appears.
Kokoro, and a bunch of other characters that have very simple movements. Literally, I'm using a character that takes more brains than all of those characters combined. I literally had to take more time than them. And then on top of that, I had to face U ranks, A ranks. There's been past streams that you guys probably have been on that I've had to face lots of annoying opponents. Now, we understand that adapting may come into play, but once it becomes like a higher rank, I get discouraged actually. And it ruins the experience of the game, and it becomes boring, and it becomes a tedious match of me trying to do an endurance test of trying to beat my opponent. An opponent that doesn't know what they're doing already. Wailing out random kicks like this. Not this, but just at least that. This, I can't even use. It's too slow and it takes too long to do it. I didn't know you can fucking delay this thing. Like, seriously. It takes so long to do everything that Hanoka does. It just sucks that the developers just quit on this game. But the only reason why I think it flopped mainly, one thing's for sure, a comeback mechanic was invented. And that was this, Break Blow. Once we have Break Blow, it went out the window for me. Comeback mechanic.
A new challenger appears.
Oh my god, what's up with these people's bars? Come on, man. Cheers. I like how the voice actor says cheers. She's my favorite. It's just, Dead or Alive is home for me, man. Whether I like it or not, even though Tekken was the first one, but Dead or Alive has been home for me for a cool minute. Since 2017. Or more likely not even 2017, I think 14. And it's just, this game, even though it's bothersome, I have no choice to play it. It's just Dead or Alive. And I love Dead or Alive. Even though how much it's inappropriate and,
A new challenger appears.
pantsu flying all over the place. This is a game full of fan service, but still the combat to me is fun. That's why I have her as my main avatar on my PS4. But you guys, you gotta understand, those of you who keep saying adapt, I think you're using the term very loosely, and you're not realizing the fact that you're actually in the wrong for once. Whether you like it or not, these games have been dumbed down to the point where the actual meta now stands out. Like, I'm seeing it for myself in my own favorite game, for crying out loud. I don't know if we're gonna get any more players, but I don't want to spend an hour talking and wasting everyone's time. But seriously though, you guys need to rethink your choice of words. You're not as smart as you think you are. Let's start off with that. Just because you're a pro player doesn't mean you're telling the truth. This game does not favor anybody, but it only favorites meta characters. Okay, he exited. He messed me up. You need to learn how to accept when you're in the wrong as well. Just as you say that toxic people need to accept that they're wrong as well. Well, you need to accept your wrongdoings as well too, because The thing is about scrub cults
A new challenger appears.
is that scrub cults likes to manipulate context. You have to understand from their perspective. I've actually watched players, right, who actually deserve the win just somehow get destroyed automatically by something that does not make any sense, like a comeback. Anyways, that's pretty much it for what I have to say on that.
We settle this.
And right when I talked about meta characters, guys, perfect example. Watch me play, people. Watch, I'm gonna get destroyed for no goddamn reason. Yep, here we go. See, guys? You just have to adapt to her. Right, you just have to adapt. What the? I just stood there at that point because I was kind of confused. Were you gonna like drop me or not? See, I have to back up. I can't get near her. Oh. Did you see how much damage that took out of my life, bro? And as you can see, Honoka has to work way harder. Way harder, ladies and gentlemen. Way harder. While Kovacii over here can mash buttons, and I'll be in negative the entire time. That's because she was too stupid to realize that. Yep. See you guys? It's my fault though. What in the heck? That can hit from that far? I just let her have it.
Winner.
I will fight on.
But as you can see, guys, for a prime example, that's what I'm talking about. Kasumi can do all these fast moves to the point where you kinda can't see her. Imagine if your opponent is lagging, correct? She can just throw out a bunch of punches, disappear, reappear, then catch you off guard, then grab you again, then she can throw you. Do you see where this is going? Because I'm sure as hell seeing it. And I'm somehow the one in the wrong, but yet you're throwing a bunch of random punches at me that are unblockable technically. Like, everything Honoka does is a risk. Everything is a gamble. And you know what's funny? She can carry you. Kasumi can definitely carry you to long past ranks. Okay? She can carry you to all the ranks in everything in Dead or Alive, bro. I swear. Even though this is a dead game, you know, I still like taking it competitively. I mean, I feel like I'm practicing for something.
A new challenger appears.
You know what's funny? Every time when I think about this, it just makes me laugh and know that I'm actually not the bad player here. Just because I lost doesn't mean I'm the bad player here. You won a clutch win, yes? But please don't get overconfident because you won. Have some
A new
respect.
challenger appears.
He's not gonna play. But it's okay. Kasumi's meant to just overwhelm people constantly. She's allowed to do massive amount of
A new
damage,
challenger appears.
manipulate the opponent, manipulate your opponents into baiting them to do something. And me, let me tell you something. If I wait too long, I get punished. If I do something, I get punished. It's a risk when you play in Hanoka. You literally have to put your backbone into it. That's what's just sad when you're a Hanoka player. That's why you don't see her online that much. I literally have to do everything for a player to do something. But as you noticed, when I was actually beating that Kasumi player in that, I guess, 3rd round, that just shows you how bad she is. It's just after a while you couldn't really do anything. You know what I mean? You cannot do anything to a Kasumi player. So yeah, I'm probably going to be deleting about 2 other streams, or maybe not. I don't even care. They're just more likely test streams. And by the way, guys, since that would be the end of that half of the video, we will be talking about certain things. But for now, take care, and I hope you guys had a good one. Or, well, did you have a good one? Let me know in the comments, because I would love to know. And sometimes we'll have my mic on, but not all the time, because I don't feel comfortable. All this mic crap. Anyways, see y'all later.